Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Uncle Larry's Garage. I guess I'm just going to call these Uncle Larry the Cancer Series, for lack of a better term. I'm not even going to number them anymore. I'm just going to, this is update. Today is the 19th, I guess. Today's the 19th, Wednesday the 19th. I met with my oncologist today for the first time to kind of see where we're going with this and some of the existing results that we have and a possible plan of attack. Maybe to take it back a step, I've also been here lately being treated for what they were considering possibly a combination of rheumatoid arthritis and or lupus. And she ran a bunch of tests today on me to see if in fact I have the lupus. She kind of thinks that that's a stretch considering my age, and it may all be cancer related as well. So if that's the case, the good thing that's going to come out of that is going to get me off a bunch of medicine I probably don't need to be taking. So I found out today that affirmed today that the little spot of cancer on my brain was in fact what it was that caused my seizures. And they should be able to maintain that with medicine until we start treatment, which is that part of it's gonna happen pretty quickly from what I understand. That part of it is probably the simplest part of it, believe it or not, because they're going to try to do a combination of very targeted radiation, which she said they have a great deal of success. It's not a very big spot at all. It was just a swelling from the cancer that caused my seizures. Haven't had one since, so that's good. Then it gets a little uglier as we go forward. I was also being looked at for what they were calling a stress fracture on my spine, lower lumbar, which has been causing me a great deal of pain, discomfort. And I thought I further injured it when I fell from those two seizures I had. Well, come to find out, it is in fact stress fracture, but it also is related to the cancer. The biopsies that they did the other day on my liver, they did several biopsies the other day on my liver and confirmed that I have 6 or 7 spots, different sizes in my liver. A couple little spots on my rib cage for some reason, but the biggest concern is the large spot on my left lung. We're going to, tomorrow I have to go and have a couple of MRIs, one with and one without contrast. The following day I will have a PET scan, which will give them a lot more information on how we're going to go forward with this. My oncologist, was by far not a negative person. She was trying to be as positive as humanly possible, which helped me mentally, spiritually, a great deal. Made it very well known that she doesn't paint cancer with one broad stroke. Every case is individualized. Every person, their cancer is their cancer. It's not everybody else's cancer. She seems to think there's possibly a light at the end of the tunnel. And it may not be a freight train after all, but she's not going to it's way too early to make any predictions like that, good, bad, or indifferent, so she's not going to do that with me. But she wants to get me started as soon as humanly possible on a combination of the chemo, the immunotherapy, possibly the radiation as well, especially for the tumor in my head. Now comes the issue of transportation, because she doesn't want me driving until we're sure that this situation on the brain is either gone or is not going to be a problem anymore. And rightfully so, she doesn't want me behind the wheel of a car and have a seizure and do who knows what to who else. Nobody needs that. So transportation is going to be the next big challenge in trying to orchestrate all this stuff. Again, God bless my sister that she was here for this and has been able to cart me around and will continue to cart me around until she leaves on Sunday. So we're just going to try to orchestrate as much as we can, get into my insurance policies and see what's available as far as getting me back and forth to cancer treatments. She said also that the chemo may be a situation where I might have to have it 3 or 4 days in a row at a time, or it might be as much as 10 or 15 days in a row at a time. Just kind of depends on what she finds from the results today and the results she finds for the MRIs and the PET scan. So I see her next Wednesday again. And again, transportation is going to be a problem. This particular, as you can see here, Florida Cancer Specialist, they have locations all around Tampa, but she only works out of this one particular location. So if I want to see another doctor within the organization, I can and be closer to home, but it's still going to be a transportation challenge. So that's kind of where I am right now. Mixed bag of emotions. Cancer is obviously a brutal, nasty, heartless thing. Got nobody to blame it on but myself in a lot of regards. But doesn't make it any easier. So I'm not necessarily ready to throw in the towel yet by any stretch of the imagination. I'm keeping my mind open, trying to keep as positive of an attitude as humanly possible. But we shall see as time goes forward. I don't know if anybody's sharing my videos. I don't know that this means anything to anybody else but me, but I have to do this for my own sanity, and it really would mean a lot if people participated to some degree, left a message, shared something. Would really mean a lot to me. If you do, you do, great. If you don't, I understand too. Y'all have lives as well. So that's kind of where I am right now, folks. Appreciate your time, and whatever support you can give mentally, spiritually, I appreciate it. And if what I'm saying can help somebody else, that means even more. So, as always, God bless America. Thanks to the troops covering our asses all over the world, men and women in blue, the COVID workers. Seeing a lot of it, especially as I go from facility to facility, and all the care they're trying to take, and sometimes how the people just don't seem to get it. I stopped in a 7-Eleven today on the way home, and there were 4 or 5 people in there without masks, and I about came unglued. But I don't need to end up in jail on top of everything else, if you know what I mean. So there we go. That's today's cancer update. Appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully this can help somebody else, and somebody else can reach out and give me a little guidance as well. Share, like my videos. I'm your Uncle Larry. Have a great night. Stay safe, and I'm out.